No, I'm serious.
Fall for nothing.
What was it was who played it was Rob Schneider that played the guy that was like, Heap Anonymous?
Yes.
He's like, dang you give him all the easy ones.
And it was
when they were
literally
doing the spelling thing.
It was hippopotamus.
It was hippopotamus.
Yeah.
It's like, Heap Anonymous? I'll never forget that. I was like 12 or 13 when I saw that, and I just couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny.
Throwing the cans on the ground to get a discount for a dented can.
Yeah. God, that was so good.
Now I'm going to have to go back and watch that.
Yep.
Don't give people an idea.
Potential spam. Should I get it?
I got like 10 of them yesterday.
It's unreal.
Anyway.
What are we talking about today? Sorry.
Okay, well, hi, and welcome to the Y'all Ain't Right podcast. I'm Brittany. I'm here with Nick, Tyler, and Todd, and today we're talking baseball.
Ooh.
Yay, sports.
Yeah, America's favorite pastime. Okay.
Yeah.
I just watched Field of Dreams last night.
Yeah.
Best baseball movie ever.
I teared up. It's been forever since I've seen it.
I don't
Well,
think
that's a tearjerker anyways.
Yeah, been forever since I saw it.
I don't think I've ever sat and watched it from start to finish.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never
What?
seen a
I've
minute of
seen
it.
Yeah.
Many a time.
What?
Gotta see it.
There's
You
the
c-
door.
It still holds up.
Go on out and watch it.
I can tell you why. It's because sports-related movies are no interest to me.
It's more of a
Oh man, this is not sport. I mean, it's a sports movie, but it's not your typical sports movie.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard it's a tearjerker. So.
It's got context. It's about.
I forgot
family
all
relation.
about the Doc Ellerson.
Hey, don't be spoiling it. I might
That-
watch it one day.
don't spoil it now. Spoilers.
Whatever.
I forgot about that
30,
whole
40 years later.
storyline. So it was a.
It's much more than just a
Yeah.
baseball movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a tear.
Most sports movies, I will say, are just sports movies with some kind of side romance.
Right.
Yeah.
This is
No.
not. This is a really good dramatic movie with a side of sports. It just
Okay.
so happens to involve a bond of baseball.
Maybe I'll eventually sit down and give it a watch
You have
because
to.
it is a classic that
Yeah.
everybody puts on their classic movie list.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I mean, it was
I
what,
refuse to watch it.
1989. So I mean, I
There's-
teared up a few
If
times.
you're going to talk
'cause-
sports movies, there's better baseball movies, I think,
Oh, yeah.
than Field of Dreams as far as sports
I agree.
go.
What
Like,
was that one
The
that
Natural
was?
is really good.
Yeah, natural.
No, it had where he was like, nope, not even gonna go there. 'cause I
Sense of the
can't-
Miners.
I don't know anyone's names. I don't know the
The one with
Moneyball. Is it Moneyball?
Oh, Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill.
That was good.
no,
yeah.
dang it.
That's a really good movie though. It's
Then you had minor
will
league.
never get there.
Minor league.
no idea.
No, Major Leagues.
Major league.
Yeah.
Spanish.
I think it might have Kevin Costner in it.
I was gonna say
That's-
there's about 4 of them, but that's Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
No, I've never seen Field of Dreams, and I never will.
Are you talking about the golf movie Tin Cup?
No, it's a baseball movie, and it's literally something like
All right, hold on.
Give us the rundown, and I bet we can Google this.
The only baseball movie
can't
I want to
remember
watch
why,
is Sandlot.
But he was trying to.
There's For the Love of the Game, Bull Durham, which is highly considered one of the greatest baseball movies of all time, and then Field of Dreams are his 3.
Maybe it wasn't Kevin.
Oh my gosh. She's like, I don't know people or things.
Yeah,
Was
he's
it?
like.
Are you talking about the one that was the teacher that went back to the
For the love of the game.
Yes.
Yeah, that's was it Rookie? The Rookie?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
Kevin Costner?
that's Quaid. That's Quaid.
Okay. They look similar though.
Yeah, they're kind of similar.
This guy.
I could see why, but it's called the. I think that's the TV show. I forget that's.
How many baseball movies has Kevin Costner been in?
He's been in 3.
So-
major ones.
I think he's been in more
The
than that
Rookie,
because
Dennis
he was
Quaid.
also in.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of has a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit of a Costner hairstyle.
And Moneyball. That was a good movie.
Moneyball was great.
I like The Rookie and Moneyball.
Okay. She's
Well, the
got a
Rook-
couple.
The Rookie's good because it's the teacher.
He was in For the Love of the Game too.
That's what I said. For the Love of the Game, Bull
Oh,
Durham,
I didn't
and
hear that one.
Field of Dreams. Bull Durham's considered the best baseball movie of all time by a lot of people. But
No. Sandlot.
Sandlot's goated. That's
another good one.
I'm not even playing. Like you're talking about just baseball movies. Period. Sandlot.
That one I can sit
That's
and
such
watch
a fun movie to watch.
anytime.
Yeah.
Classic.
I really like that movie. Narrators irk me, but that's a really good movie.
Well, that's
so.
got one of the greatest.
It was good. S'mores?
Yeah.
S'more what?
S'mores? S'more what? S'mores. You're killing me, Smalls. Oh, man.
Did you see where he took his kid to the
Yes.
shooting site, the original Sandlot? Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, that dude's hilarious. I'll never forget that. Oh, man. That was a good movie.
Did you say you had been to the new stadium?
Yeah.
What's it called? I'm blanking right now.
Smokies.
The Smoky Stadium. I thought that they were wanting to pick a new mascot.
They are.
They haven't decided yet,
Well,
have they?
I think they named all three. I saw it today.
Or is it
Well,
still
they
going to be
named it,
called
but
the
they hadn't
Smoky
picked it.
Stadium?
I think they have.
Yeah, they're just going to
But
name
they
a
had-
mascot.
So they had a contest to
Well,
name them,
they narrowed it down.
but they have three. There's going to
Yeah.
be three mascots.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
That's dumb.
Well, I think they always have had several.
That's like us having 6 state birds or whatever. It's
So they
just-
had a contest to name them.
Just pick one.
Well, one's an ode. I can't remember the names. I just literally looked at it this morning to see if I won the contest because they had a naming contest.
Yeah.
So there's three. One is like a throwback to the original stadium. There's a female, and then there's a kid, but I can't remember the names. I literally looked at it.
Okay,
this
so they're
morning.
making a family of
Throw
it.
those
Okay.
2 out because we
You know,
we
that's
don't do that
fine.
around here.
But there's just one
I did.
mascot.
I named my names were Dolly.
Of course it was.
I'm trying to think what my other
Dolly
ones were.
Parton. Todd thought he was going to win on that one.
I entered. I was like, there's gonna be
Yeah,
multiple.
See? He
yeah,
thought
I
he
was
was going
like,
to win.
I'm sure you're not the only one.
but I think I spelled it differently. But
He writes that down. He's like, yep, that's 10 minutes and 50 seconds. 50 seconds.
what happened? What happened here?
You and your mouth.
Did I swear?
we have to
Yeah.
censor you. That's what
What did I
happens.
say?
All right. All right, so that's 11 minutes. 3
This.
seconds.
I don't like this censoring.
All right, that's 11 minutes and 10 seconds with an F-bomb. All right.
You didn't censor the last one, by the way.
I got most of them, but
You let
sometimes
one
they
go
slip
through?
through.
It was the whole way at the end. Literally at the end.
To be fair, I cut a big section out at
Tyler.
the end, and I thought I got it.
How dare
But
you?
no, so originally when they were in the Smoky Stadium, when they were in Sevierville, it was the Smokies.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was smoky.
Tennessee Smokies.
I've seen them play a handful of times. Let me just throw that out there, and that's how I am. Okay.
Well, I mean, not a lot of people have seen them play around here.
So
What?
I mean, it's not like people go up there all the time. I mean, I'd say your average Knoxvillian's seen them maybe a handful of times.
They'll probably do it a lot more now with the
Yeah.
new stadium
Yeah, of
being
course they
right
will.
there.
Well, that's
I'm
my
so
point. Like,
excited.
I mean, I've lived here my entire life, and I've maybe been up there a dozen times to watch them play. I mean,
yeah.
We're
Yeah,
going
that's
to
not a
go.
lot.
Are you going, Todd? Are you going to tour the new stadium?
Going to tour,
Thursday
and
night.
I've got a ticket for the opener.
Of course you do. Well, I don't have a ticket for the opener, but I'm going Thursday to tour it.
Yeah.
yeah.
So when they announced the mascots, did they announce the new team name?
It's still going
It's
to
still
be
the
the
Smokies.
Smokies.
It's the Knoxville
okay.
Smokies. now.
Okay. Gotcha.
Instead of Tennessee, it's going to be the Knoxville Smokies.
Okay, that's what was throwing me off. I didn't know if they were picking a new name.
I didn't
or
know.
not.
I did not know about the mascot thing, though. That's stupid.
It's pretty cool that we're going to have them right in the backyard, but there's still a lot of people upset about them putting it right
Yeah,
there.
I get it, but look at what they replaced.
Trash.
Yes.
So here's
there
the
was
three.
nothing there. It was just
I mean, it really was. Like, a lot of what was over there was like
just trash piles.
it was dead commerce. There
So
was
the names are Knox,
of course.
Jackson because it's on Jackson Ave, and let's see.
Boy, we're real creative.
I was about to say Dolly
Knox-
would have been more creative.
Knox after the city, Jackson after the street it's on, and how about North after the direction they face?
no
Like, what?
kidding.
Third one is Smoky Joe, and that goes back to the original
There you go.
That's the
from
only.
Bill Meyer Stadium.
That's the only one they should have done.
That's yeah. There you go.
Left it
Done.
at that. The other two are stupid.
Yeah.
It's like
Guys are
Kanye.
stupid.
That's like
Jesus.
what is it? Kanye and whoever that Kardashian is.
Yeah,
And
Kim or
And
whatever.
it's like north and west.
Northwest and-
like what?
Yeah.
Which way were you facing?
Tyler, Nick.
Like, what?
Stupid.
Well, that is. I mean, how uncreative. I mean, that's so
Oh, I agree.
So they
non-creative.
did a name contest, and I guarantee those probably had the most.
Of course
Okay.
they did because we're stupid.
My name is stupid because it's like one of the most popular names at that time period, and my mom could have literally picked anything else. My dad wanted to call me Spike, so I guess I'm glad we didn't go with that.
Yikes.
Oh, I would.
That is
How do you
white
think your
trash.
life would have been different if you were
I'm gonna
named
start calling
Spike?
you Spike now.
I would have went by by a middle name because Spike is a dog's name.
No, I'm gonna start calling you Spike,
By
man.
that time,
Nick.
you might have like grown into it
But-
and been like,
Nick has a crazy name though, Nicholas
Yeah.
St. John. What even is that?
Yeah, it's family name
How do you know his full name?
I have to
didn't know
write his full name on so many legal documents.
for all the paperwork.
That's funny. Okay, yeah.
I can tell you his
I would have
address.
used that one just to use it.
Yeah, I can tell you his address by heart. I know the last 4 of his social security number.
You got my social.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler and I can take over the world with your all's info.
Good luck.
I didn't even know what a K1 tax form was until you brought that up. And then I had to learn how to do it.
Have you guys ever been to see the Savannah Bananas?
I would like to see it.
It's hard to say, so no.
No, I can't. I'm never gonna go see that.
You're not into that?
I'd rather watch baseball.
They keep selling out.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
they're
like a
the huge following.
It's like the Globetrotters, but baseball version.
Okay. Well.
And I want
I
to
think
say,
there's a lottery to get the tickets
Yeah.
too. You can't just go on there and buy a ticket.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like I would take my kids, and that's about it.
I didn't
Like, I
realize they
wouldn't
were that
wanna go
popular.
myself.
and I think they do that to keep the cost down. So like the big ticket hub and all that, the price doesn't go up and up. So they
Yeah.
keep it where the resale market
That's
doesn't just do it
good.
as much.
Because
But
there's been so much of that stuff going on lately with like the music industry and theater and things like
Yeah.
that, where the tickets are just insane. Because the third party gets it and then they,
Yeah.
1,000% markup or whatever.
I mean, it's a show. I mean, it is what it is. That they don't. I think they've done a little bit maybe to make it more of a game now than
It's still just a show.
than just the dancing and stuff like
I saw
that.
I saw on YouTube the latest setup they have. It's still a show, which is fine. Like I said, I would take my kids, but I would not go to try and watch baseball.
No.
Because that's not what it
No,
is.
it's a show.
It's just a show.
It's
It's cool.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's very creative. Some of the stuff they do, like watching that guy pitch on stilts that are 10 feet tall.
Well,
Like,
just-
that's crazy.
That sounds a little cool.
I mean, it was. I was watching on YouTube. I was like, dang, like that takes some coordination.
I feel like it's something you have to do at least once. It
Yeah.
sounds fun.
Yeah, they're selling.
If my
out
kids
like
want to go,
crazy.
I'd go 100%. But I'm not going to personally be like, man, it's just me tonight. What am I going to go do?
Yeah.
I'm going to go watch the Savannah Bananas.
No one ever expected you to just have fun just because.
Yeah. I'd
Just
rather go to
enjoy
a
it for
comedy
what it
show.
is.
Shane Gillis is coming. You going?
I don't like Shane.
I saw that. I think
I'm just kidding. I like Shane.
we're
I
looking at
love
tickets.
Shane.
I feel like maybe we looked at tickets and they were crazy expensive. I can't
I
remember.
can only imagine.
We're,
Oh, they're going to
we're-
be super
yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
But I want to go so
Hopefully, when we go to Nashville this weekend, we're pretty sure we're trying to guess the lineup on Kill Tony. So obviously, Adam Ray's already going to be in town. So we're pretty sure that Mark Norman's going to be in town, and then Theo Vaughn obviously lives there. Dusty Slay is the type of person that might go on there because he lives there.
bad. Theo Vaughn's awesome.
I'm hoping Shane Gillis will be there, but I don't know if he's supposed to be in town or not.
I go back and forth on Theo.
Theo's great. It's Theo for me. I find him funnier on podcasts. Doing
Yeah,
like
he's
He's
funny
the
on
best for like those short clips
Yes.
of him being like, man,
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know, you just pick up a possum and get out of there. I don't know.
Well, when you rapid fire questions at him, you get that raw, like, kind of what he would do, and his stupidity shines through, and it's when it's the best. Like when he was on Joe Rogan, that was such an epic episode because I was just Theo kind of unscripted. I think when he does like a bit, it's a little forced.
Yeah.
for
Whenever
me.
he's just off the hip.
Yeah. And Shane Gillis is kind of the same way. Like his stand-up routine that I've watched is really, really good, but I feel like he's even better when he's off the hip on what is it, Andrew's podcast with the Asian fella.
That's just
Oh,
like-
Bad Friends?
Yes, Bad Friends.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's oh man, that's so good. It's so because they just bash each other and then
He
they
gets hurt so much.
Ugh, it's so good. What's that guy's name? My brother and I, we were talking about
Stop.
it the other day.
Now I can't think of it. Oh,
It's gone.
I
Yeah,
can't.
how you Googling that one?
Bad Friends.
Asian guy on podcast. It's like, oops. No, bad friends. It's Andrew's. Is it Santorini or
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee?
Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
That dude.
And Andrew
is-
Santino.
Santino.
I'm
Yeah.
so bad with names of like literally anybody, actors, comedians, especially comedians. 'Cause
People I don't care about.
I don't even
Yeah.
try.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't watch comedy very much. Like and like even music. Like I'll love certain bands and have no idea who the people are.
Yeah. You just
just-
like the music.
Yeah, I'm just terrible with names. I can't even tell you a song name sometimes, and I'm like, oh, that's that one song with the thing. Yeah,
It's like me trying to figure out a movie.
yeah,
Bad Friends. Yeah, that's a good one.
You've seen how I try to Google stuff.
yeah. Oh, Todd does the most roundabout way to get to the answer on Google,
And I get
sometimes.
there.
and he somehow still gets there. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even want to
Well,
watch.
no, what it is
Oh, you don't
he
watch,
wouldn't he
he
wouldn't get
says
there
it.
if it wasn't Todd. He has got his Google Assistant finally trained to understand
Yep.
Todd language
That's true. That's true.
because he never types it. He just, hey Google, or okay Google,
Yeah.
and then he says it, and Google's like, here's this guy again. You got to cut through this, and then you got to rewire it and restructure it, and then it makes sense.
And then it comes
Yeah.
up. And it
Yeah.
gets it every time.
But if you type it,
Like a
type in
movie,
what he
trying to
asks-
figure out a movie, like with a guy from this or that, or, no names. There's no names. of
That is what
anyone.
Google is good for, is
Oh.
deep movie searches.
Oh, yeah.
I'm convinced.
I mean, I've
You'd be
gone
like, the
round
one
and-
guy that was in the political movie, but he starred in the airplane movie from World War II,
Yeah.
where he had a backup actor that was
Yeah.
so and so,
And it'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then
And
you find the
Todd's like-
IMDb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Google's playing 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
There you go.
It's like, got it. As long as we start with Kevin Bacon, we're going to find it somehow. Let me tell you.
He hasn't done much lately.
I just saw the preview for his latest. He's been doing a Prime only thing with Demons. It's he's playing Bondman,
Yes.
the Bondman.
Okay, yeah.
Or
Okay.
Bondsman.
I remember now. I did see something
Yeah,
for
the
that.
Bondsman.
That's right. I want to go and watch that one because it actually looked pretty good.
It does. I saw that last night. I was
And-
like, okay, Kevin.
It's Kevin Bacon. Like you
You
have to
got
watch
to.
it.
I don't know that I've ever seen a movie with Kevin Bacon.
Yes,
in
you
it.
have.
You-
Everyone
there's no
has.
way you
I
haven't.
don't know.
You can't sit
I
there
don't
and watch
know.
anything on TV and not have seen Kevin Bacon.
Or somebody associated with
I don't
Kevin Bacon.
know.
He's at least cameoed in something you've
You
seen.
know the best movie
Possibly.
to start from? It's finally been decided.
Tremors?
JFK.
Just go back to Tremors. Yeah.
I would say Tremors is a good one too, but JFK has so many more generational mainstream actors
That's fair.
that meet. But Tremors was always my start. For the most part, you can get some of that Reba in there, and Reba's been in a lot of stuff.
I'm sad that she never came back to the show or the movies. Like
I know.
there's like 6 or 7 of them.
Bert came back, but she never
I know.
did.
And then when he died, I was legit so sad.
I know.
Like in real life, not in the movie.
Speaking of
Tremors is so
JFK, did we find anything from the release of some of the files?
Some
Not
of it's come
really.
out, but not enough.
They released like 80,000 pages of material. It's going to take a while.
They feed that into AI.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the biggest takeaway is like people's personal information that got released, like Trump's old attorney's personal, like social security and phone number and address and bank information, and like all that got dropped. Yep. Great.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Did you just,
I don't even know.
I don't know how
Yeah,
to
you
follow
won't.
that up.
Really
Just thinking
rush your
like Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon.
Did
Has
he
he
ever?
been in any?
That's what I was about to say. Did he ever play in a baseball movie?
Oh,
Have you
sure.
guys-
But he played in basketball movie. Anyone knows?
High School Musical.
Oh my god. I got nothing.
That's Zac Efron.
What's it called? The Looney Tunes one?
Oh,
Space
Space
Jam.
Jam.
Space Jam?
Yeah.
Kevin
No,
Bacon won in Space Jam.
I don't think so.
sweetheart.
Yeah.
Okay.
the fish that ate.
That was
Pittsburgh?
Bill Murray and Michael Jordan.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Do you know who Bill Murray is?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
We've talked
he's
about
not a
this.
Bill Murray.
We went down this
Oh, we did
before.
go down this
She
rabbit
can't stand
hole.
Bill Murray, Jim Carrey, any of those guys.
I'm
Dan
not a-
Aykroyd?
I'm not a Carrie fan.
Not a
I mean,
Have you seen the new Sonic movies? Cause
I'm not a Carrie fan.
But anyway, baseball.
What is
Oh yeah,
happening
yeah.
right now?
I don't
I've never
know.
liked Carrie.
We can't go.
I've said that before.
We can't go down the movie and actor thing because we'll be there all day.
Yeah.
I can't.
We have to circle back to an old episode for that one.
Have you heard about the new controversy with the New York Yankees baseball
With the bat.
With the bat, yeah.
I saw that.
I
The
haven't.
sweet spot's been
It's
moved
fine.
down.
It's fine.
It's legal, they say. And anybody can use it.
It is
so.
legal. It's legal. It's not. I think people are just butthurt that they didn't think about it first.
I've not seen one Is it a visible difference in it?
Slightly, yeah.
Just is it thicker at the
It's just a little bit thicker, but it still meets.
because it's what the sweet spots moved closer to the
Move
hands.
closer to the hands, yeah. So it's no longer at the back fifth of the barrel, back fourth and fifth section of the barrel. It's moved more towards the center.
I literally just heard this yesterday.
That sounds super controversial.
Well, they hit but
It's
anybody
very
can use it though.
It's
so.
very technical.
It does sound like it's. I didn't realize that they were that strategic and strict about where you can hold and how and.
Well, because
size-wise
it's one of those things. Technology, the baseball hadn't really changed much, ever since like the late '70s, early '80s, where they implemented what we're using basically today. But the bats have changed a ton, and
Well,
that's
every
why
year
they've
it
always
gets-
stayed wooden bats.
There's been rumors one year it's been juiced, but
Sure.
but overall
the ball has not.
but everyone's
changed.
using the
Right.
same ball,
Right.
so it's
Yeah, sometimes they make the ball a little heavier, make it a little deader, where it can't fly as far. But the bats are always the big debate because it's a wooden bat supposedly, and if you cork it, there's all sorts of different things you can do to the bat that can give you an advantage, and that's what all this is about: is moving the sweet spot. Technically, is legal, but everyone's now saying, well, it changes the dimensions of the bat. Well, it does, but the dimensions of the bat are pretty wide open, to be honest. The bat shape has always been the way it has been for aerodynamics, and that's where people are getting thrown off, is if you make the bat's core a little wider, that's fine. It gives you a better sweet spot, but it's harder to swing. But these guys are jacked. It's like, for them, it doesn't matter. But like some high school kid, a heavier bat makes a big difference on whether or not they can swing through the ball and meet it at the proper point of contact. So,
Hey guys, this is Tyler here with your real estate tip of the day. When you're starting the home buying process, the first step should be getting your finances together. Do yourself and y'all's agent a huge favor and get pre-qualified first, and do it before touring any houses. Pre-qualification lets you know what you can afford, and it also lets you know what loan type you can use. I highly recommend using a local lender versus a big box national brand. These local lenders are well versed in all the local happenings, and they typically get the job done much faster and much more smoothly than any .com lender ever could. Save the headache and shop local. If y'all have any other real estate related questions, just shoot us an email over at holler@yarpod.com.
and people are just upset. But the Yankees typically invest millions of dollars into this kind of stuff every year to figure out an advantage, because they're the Yankees and baseball has no salary cap. So they can do whatever they want to do.
I think they had 15 home runs the first week.
They
or
did. People
whatever,
were like,
so.
what in the world is going on?
But anybody can use the bat, so it's
So was that the controversies because they just had such a high
Yes.
out the gate score ranking? Like
probably they have more. Well, they also have Aaron Judge. I don't know how he's doing it.
He actually hadn't done much. It's all these new guys that. It's the ironic thing is it's a bunch of rookies and call ups from like AAA ball. They're coming up here just jacking them left and right, and people are like, "What is happening?"
I've not
So.
seen the bat yet, but I did hear this last night, so I'm
It's
curious to see it.
It's gonna make its waves, but it's the Yankees.
When I first heard it, I was like, "Oh, it's got to be something, crazy or nuts."
That's the tricky thing, is it's hard to cheat in baseball.
Yeah.
You can reinvent the wheel, but it's still pine tar, for pitching and manipulating the bats. I mean, that's all it is.
you said controversy, and I'm thinking they're greasing the ball. They're something crazy.
Well, they had what,
steroids.
Check out that greased up ball.
Yeah, I don't know.
What, Houston was stealing signals,
That's where you really
and they were
truly cheat
using
baseball.
electronics, and they were using they were just beating on a
Trash
garbage can. Yeah,
Yeah, trash
And then you
lid.
had Vaseline and scuffing the balls.
Yeah, pitchers will scuff them, use Vaseline,
Greasing the ball.
pine tar,
Corking.
grease that ball.
You had corking.
It just sounds so fake.
I'm trying to think what else. What else there's been?
But there was a Bob's Burgers
Over the
episode
years.
where it was all about greasing the ball, and he literally was going to that burger shop specifically because his burger had the best burger grease, and he
Yep.
would have the burger, and he had the burger in his back pocket and was like greasing the ball with the burger. It was just a
Gross.
stupid,
I love that episode.
but it's so funny.
What was this on?
Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
Jesus.
But I'll never not think of greasing the ball when I hear that.
Bob ends up getting like tickets to the game, and
Yeah.
his family goes, and so I love that.
And he
I
thinks
missed
he thinks it's just because the guy like really likes his burgers and him
No.
as a person, but he's
It's the burger grease.
using that burger to cheat. It's funny.
Well, at one point they were toying around with the idea of having a square baseball.
What even would that
so that it would be easier to hit. Could you imagine getting a corner of that ball?
I was going to say,
into
that
your
ball, it's like a
eye?
football. I mean, it'd be going everywhere.
All over the place.
I think that'd just be harder to hit.
It,
A
Yeah.
ball is round for a reason. Like it's
Yeah.
it would go everywhere.
If you hit it, it's not going straight. It's going down, left. That's crazy. Clip a corner.
square. I mean, it wouldn't be a ball. It'd be a square. throw me the base square.
Yeah.
Throw me the cube.
Yeah.
give me the rock.
Throw me the Rubik's Cube.
No kidding. What? That's weird.
Yeah, get one of those to the face. That would feel too good.
Maybe
I couldn't even imagine that.
maybe it would be like a rounded corner square.
Yeah, all I'm thinking about is like jagged, just sharp, straight
Yeah.
edges.
Imagine trying to field
Golly.
that. You think
Yeah.
it's coming towards you, and like a football,
Like
you know, how
Plinko's
bad
off
they
to the
roll.
far right. You're like, what is this? This Price is Right? Plinko
Trying to
over
catch
here?
it while it's bouncing around on the ground. Like,
Yeah. Shape it like a dice, so like all the hard edges are rounded.
That's what I keep envisioning is like a dice.
Yeah.
I feel like it would fly worse.
Oh, it
Yeah.
absolutely would.
It would not be aerodynamic at all.
well, there have been a couple of games here recently that have ran long because Brett goes to some of the UT
yeah.
games. But, the longest game that was ever played?
I think it was 19 innings or 17. I can't remember. 19 or
I
17.
know they played into
That's
the
a
morning.
long game.
It was 7
It was
hours.
33.
33
33 innings.
Are we talking about Major
God.
League? I don't think we're talking Major League.
Man, that's crazy.
I thought we were talking
The
MLB.
Providence Grays and the
No.
Buffalo Bisons
That's college.
in 1981.
Okay.
That's wow.
That I could see.
But it lasted for about 8 hours, and it ended in a tie.
all
they
of
finally
that
just gave
for
up.
nothing. Yeah, they just gave up. They called it a draw and went
Yeah.
home.
No
I
more
don't blame
players
them.
left.
I know in the pros it's like 17 or 19 innings and it's 7.5 hours.
Man, that's crazy.
But pro games take forever.
Yeah.
They played 33 innings in 8 hours. The pros
Yeah.
played 17 or 19 or whatever in 7.5. Like the pros take forever.
Have they implemented the pitch clock?
They
this
finally
year?
have. Well, they did last year too. But
I knew
it's,
they were doing it, testing
and
the
it's
minor
helped.
leagues.
It's helped. It's
Yeah.
changed it, but it still takes forever
Are they implementing?
because they have review and all
I was
that
going to
stuff.
say they have reviews.
Yeah.
My roommate's kid plays baseball, and season is starting, so he's supposed to do his first game, I think, tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm so
Sounds about
excited
right.
to go, but it's just for the concession stand hot dogs.
Oh, 100% though. Like my grandparents ran the concession stand at Rocky Hill for like 7 years, and when I was a teenager, and I stopped playing baseball because it was like 15 was the cutoff.
Proud schedule. People
started-
on hot dogs.
Well, I
No.
started
No.
umpiring, and when I wasn't umpiring, I would pitch in with my grandparents at the concession stand, and there was nothing better
It's
than
like-
getting that concession stand hot dog or burger. It was
It's like
so good.
$4 for like a chili cheese dog with a drink, and it's such a nice, like,
And it's
They just
heavy.
load it down.
Yeah, it's heavy. That's the one thing when you go to a concession stand. Like you go to a pro park. I've been to a couple. They really don't load you down. You go to like a local
Yeah.
little league. Like you say you want a chili cheese dog with onions and jalapenos. That thing, it's like a salad.
Yeah, they
Like
load
you're-
it down.
Yeah. Oh God.
You couldn't pay me
Now
enough
I
to
need to go.
umpire now, though.
Watching the stuff that goes on, especially even at the kids' games, they're
Yeah.
like screaming.
I remember
It's
getting
crazy.
in a fight with one parent
They just had a
when I was umpiring. I was 15 or 16. No, 16. And this dad was like, he was all over me. And I'm sitting there trying. They encouraged us to help the kids.
Yeah.
As because we were ball players, we've all been there, and you're trying to call balls and strikes. You're trying to give them a little bit of leeway, especially at the bottom of the order when it's someone that's not the best hitter. You may call a strike a ball just to give them a little bit of a better chance. And I would do that. And this one dad, his kid was the pitcher. He's the stud. He's like, that's a strike. Getting all over me. And I'm like,
giving him a
your
participation
kid
trophy.
isn't going to do anything. Okay. I've played with guys that went on to play high school and college ball at a very high level. Your kid ain't got it. Okay. So just like let this kid that's never hit the ball in his life have a shot. Okay. And I just remember very vividly. And the coach had to get in between us because I wasn't backing down. And that guy, he was furious. But now Hudson played. And I remember they stream the games now. for parents that can't. Like
That's
Dick's
cool.
has some
Yeah.
app.
I forget what the app is called.
Yeah, but they just ask a parent from each team to just set up basically you like set up a FaceTime and they let you go back behind and record it. So I was watching one of the games of Hudson's that I couldn't get there because I had Ryder or something, and I was sitting there watching. There was this mom just sitting right now, I had to mute it because she just kept squealing. It wasn't even a scream; it's just a squeal. And I'm like, what?
Oh gosh.
I mean, these people way too serious.
Oh yeah.
Way too serious now.
Especially now with travel ball. I mean,
Yeah.
like
And
when we
this is
played.
this is just rec league and
Oh, yeah.
halls, you know.
Yeah.
Well, there was just a tournament at one of
playing
the Catholic
vicariously.
schools, and it was
Yeah.
basketball, but one of the
AAU
parents
ball,
went
yeah,
on
same thing.
and pushed the ref because didn't make a call or
crazy.
made a call, and I'm
Yeah.
like, it was bad enough back in the day. People getting on the refs and stuff like that.
Have y'all
But
seen
now
that?
there's no filter and no.
Oh no, they don't care.
I mean,
now.
it was a 19-year-old kid reffing, and
Yeah.
a grown 30-year-old
Yeah.
Oh, he'll
adult
straight
goes
up
out and
attack
push.
you.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
It's assault, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, to
That's
me,
why we don't have-
sports allow.
It's hard to find refs
assault
anymore.
quite
There's a
often
shortage.
Yeah.
because it's sports and people push and shove and fight and whatever. But I'll never forget that as a 16-year-old kid trying to help kids play in a rec league. I played some travel ball or an all-star team. Back then when I was playing, it was an all-star team. When my little brother was playing, it was travel ball had taken over. So he travel balled it for 4 or 5 years. That was pretty serious stuff. This is Rocky Hill baseball. And this dad is like chewing me a new one. I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I was 16. Like, get off my case, dude. All I'm doing is going to collect my $20 bill for this hour game.
Right.
And then I'm going up to the concession stand and I'm blowing it on the hot dog and cheese fries and the Gatorade. All right? Leave me alone.
I see the same thing when I go to these games. I mean, you've got 16, 17-year-old kids out there who are, reffing games and stuff, and it's like you've got parents just screaming
Come
at
on,
calls
ref.
and
Come on, Blue.
It's crazy.
I'm like-
That's not the right call. The point score's this, and like you don't know what you're talking. And they get all into it, and I'm like, you guys, these are 4, 5, and 6-year-olds playing out
That's
here.
the best
Like,
thing is when it's T-ball.
What are we doing?
Yeah,
Like,
and it's
That
like,
and it's not like they even have like a you got first in this anymore. It's a
Yeah, it's
participation,
participation.
trophy.
Yeah.
When I played softball, the league paid for one umpire, and then usually
You'd
each
have a
other
backup.
team did the field. So, one player would. I just hated even doing that because you had grown adults, on your own team. If you made a call, you got yelled at.
don't get me wrong. That's why I love sports, because competition. I love
Oh,
competition.
I love competition, but
I love disagreement and engagement. It gets the adrenaline pumping, the juices flowing. But not 35-year-old men with their 5-year-old out there that can't hit the broadside of a barn, and you're attacking a 16-year-old trying to umpire. That stuff
that's why there's umpire shortages. I mean, who wants to do it?
that's crazy talk. But what I do get behind is dogging the refs of like the NFL and stuff like that, because
Of
you're
course.
professionals. I mean, like, get it right.
yeah, that's
It's
a
not
little
like the
different.
game moves fast or anything.
Those guys are making a lot more than $20, and they're trained. They're supposed to be doing a good job. That's pretty stupid. Some of
know.
the stuff that happens out there, it's like, come on now, that was obvious.
Yeah.
They've got people's bets in their hands.
Yeah, that's
That's
a lot
right.
of it.
Honestly, that's where most of the anger comes from. Outside of just being a general fan, a lot of people get upset because of the money.
Well,
Yeah.
nowadays, yeah, especially. I mean, look at fantasy football and baseball and everything.
Well,
is
to
done
me,
for
it's
the
like
game.
basketball's the worst, because you get those, like, all the people literally betting on not only the spread, but how many people are scoring, how many goals, how many free throws, and like
You can bet on anything now.
you can.
I'm in first.
People
place
make a
on
lot of money.
basketball.
What is it, MGM and sports bets and all those? Like, they're everywhere now.
Oh, there's so much money involved in that. I mean,
It's one of the biggest industries on the planet. Gambling.
advertising period on those guys.
You go to the casino and they've got like a sports betting arena over there.
Oh,
Like, you
yeah.
can literally sit and watch all the screens, place
Yeah.
your bets like in person. It's crazy.
Sounds like seventh layer of hell to me.
Once
No,
that
it's
floodgate opened,
beautiful.
I mean,
Yep.
It's wonderful.
As soon as they made it legal,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was everywhere.
they
I
were
love
ready.
it.
They were ready to go.
I love it.
Well, you know how fast the fastest pitch in baseball ever was
103?
recorded? No.
105.
All right,
I
what
don't
are we
know, I'm
talking
making-
Just
about?
barely over 105.
Okay.
Let's
I
say,
was-
are we talking pro ball? Or are we talking?
Well, obviously pro ball.
Who was the pitcher?
Who was it?
I don't know. I didn't know that there would be follow-up
thought-
questions.
I thought it was the kid at Tennessee that broke the all-time.
I knew of like 90 something, but I didn't know that it went that high. That's
Did
crazy.
you see the girl?
Yeah, 78,
Tennessee, yeah.
78.2.
And then
Fastest
then
softball
the
pitch.
Tennessee male also.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I thought he did it.
I don't
And
know.
the pros they don't throw that hard because it's just it's just a fact of what do
What's
they call
it-
that? It's a workplace
Who's
hazard. Like
Who was the real
You're gonna
tall
throw your
pro?
arm out.
He threw
Randy
hard.
Johnson.
Yeah, Randy.
No, he didn't hit. He threw 100. Randy Johnson averaged on his super fast pitches probably in the 100 to 102 range, but he was that lefty with that nasty sling, sidearm throw.
Killed that bird in the
Oh, that was
All-Star game.
yeah.
or-
Y'all want to see something crazy? Go watch Randy Johnson hits bird with baseball.
Oh my gosh.
He hits it with like 100-mile-per-hour pitch, and that bird just evaporates. Like it's just,
God.
or
You just killed another
disintegrates. It's
government
just gone.
spy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Randy Johnson knows what's up. Those aren't birds.
He did it on
Get
purpose.
that spy out of here, man. But it was perfect timing. Everyone just, the whole game just stopped and was like, what just happened? And where'd the ball go? That was the big thing. Like, where's the ball?
What's the call on that? Like, do you just call foul on that? Like, what do you do?
Redo.
Got him.
Redo. Repitch, please.
You get like extra points for that one? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, the Tennessee chick, forgot what her name was, but she literally just broke it.
Yeah.
78.2 officially.
God.
But see, for softball, that's crazy.
Yeah,
You're
that's
so
a heavy
close.
ball.
You're so much
Oh,
closer.
you're so
And
close.
it's a heavier ball. I think they say that translates to like 106, 107.
Who was Tennessee's old pitch? Was it Abbott that?
Monica Abbott had the 77.
Did you ever see the episode? It was a newscaster got in with her. I'm trying to think who it was. One of the local Tennessee reporters.
Talking about where they called her up and
No. She threw pitches to him. Like I think it was.
Oh.
It was like I can hit you, and
no, you can't.
he was like, yeah, never. I don't think his bat ever left his shoulder.
Have you seen the MLB pro batter against? They did. I can't remember when it was. I think it was like maybe one of those ESPN Sports Science things where they took.
I've seen a few.
It might have been Monica Abbott, or it was probably that other girl from Oklahoma. They took the USA women's softball speed pitcher against, at the time, I think it was like, might have been Albert Pujols or somebody else, and they put him in their own arenas, and it was like, all right, she's going to pitch a softball to Albert Pujols, best hitter on the planet, and he struggled for a minute but he's the best hitter on the planet. It didn't take him long to figure out how to dial that in.
Timing.
But the first few, she smoked him, and he was like, okay. You'd see him like knuckle up. He's like, all right, time to get serious. But yeah, that's crazy. 105 miles per hour. Wow. Like, think about what that does to your arm, though.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that. Ben Joyce. That was the guy just recently at Tennessee that threw 100. Maybe he set the collegiate record. It was like a 103.
Because I know both Tennessee players
both Tennessee
hold.
players have it.
So I assume
He threw
it's collegiate.
103.5 miles per hour.
That's crazy. You're just gonna obliterate like all the tendons.
What's
in your
crazy
arm.
is he does it constantly. Like
nuts.
most super fastball pitchers cannot sustain that. They can dig deep and get that 3 or 4 times a game kind of speed. He was doing it every pitch. I'm just like, this dude's a freak.
That's crazy.
Like,
Well, they say, especially with Tommy John surgery now, as quickly as people can come back, and I don't want to say they're stronger or better than they were before, but
tightens up those tendons.
Yeah.
Gets a little more snappy.
yeah, I mean, it's amazing what they can do.
Come out there with a
that surgery
bionic
now.
arm.
Seriously, I mean that's kind of what they say it does nowadays compared to the old surgery.
I forget who it was came back really quick from it, and
Came back in like 4 months and
Yeah.
just started dominating.
because before it was like almost 2 years off.
Yeah, it was easily one season.
Your career was over for most of them, and then all of a sudden,
See, that's the problem with baseball
Technology.
nowadays, though, is it's gotten to be just how fast you throw it. And that's not pitching. That's just speed.
If you could control it though,
Because
before the fast guys couldn't control it, so you got in.
Roger Clemens
and
is
you
the perfect
you
example.
hold your own, you life in their hands. So you're either bailing or you're swinging.
Roger Clemens is a perfect example. He could throw 98, 99,
Yeah.
but he's like, I rarely ever needed to.
Yeah.
Because it was all about pitch replacement. Once you know how that batter bats and what his weak spots are, it's just a mind game. You just you pitch to him.
I mean,
rather
that's-
than just try and blow it by
That's
him.
the whole point in having all the different tactics and pitching. And
Yes.
curveballs and slow balls and
Yeah.
all that. Like, you got to know where you're throwing and who to and how they hit.
Yeah, you got to know if they like that juicy little curveball coming. You don't throw that. You throw the fastball cutter. And it
Fast and
smokes them.
straight.
These
So-
guys that play softball, like the hardcore, like
Oh yeah.
the pitchers, like literally got catcher's gear on, and
Those guys
they're
are
only
crazy.
allowed to hit like one home run or something like that.
Yeah, those guys are crazy.
Yeah, like literally nuts. I mean,
I don't understand how you could play that.
I played slow pitch, and I played first base, and when we were new team, like, and I was a horrible first baseman, and they knew it, and everyone would try to hit towards me.
Get him.
Well, I mean, they know these guys play. It was beer league, and other teams have been around for years and years, and we were a new team. And when we threw the ball around so much, it was just stupid. I mean, and we were all ex high school ball players, or we played in high school, because I think we started when we were in high school, so we were young compared to all these other teams. The firemen's clubs.
I was
going to
say you get to, with some of these teams out there. I mean, my dad, the lumber company used to sponsor a team locally because they had like a really big league, and some of our old workers used to play in this league as well. And I mean, they now they took it serious, but they weren't all that great. But there were some teams in there that were like the firefighters, the police officers, EMTs, ex-college players that just formed a team. I mean, these guys were ruthless.
Yeah.
And all my guys, all my dad's team that he sponsored wanted to do was just go play some ball, and then they would drink in the parking lot until they dropped.
Exactly.
Because
back home we used to have a lot of clubs, like Slovak Club, Fireman's Club. They all had their own, and they'd been, those guys have been in it forever. And then we got sponsored by a local stereo installer, and we were all young. I mean, we were horrible. We'd get beat, but we were all ex-ball players, at least in high school. So we would just throw the ball, that's how we always lost, because we threw the ball all around, instead of just holding it. But, the guys that batted really good in high school didn't translate. They would try to kill the ball in softball. And, I was probably one of our best hitters, but I wasn't a good hitter. Well, I was an okay hitter in baseball.
so they changed the rules too in a lot of those leagues. Like,
Well, they use there's a couple different balls.
when hitting
Hardness.
home runs in some of those leagues, hitting home runs and out.
Yeah.
And it's like just because you got to keep it.
Because what's the
A
big
game.
What's the big tournament they run down in Maryville? Should be coming up pretty soon.
Can't
It's
remember
those
the name.
guys that can't hit, they're not allowed to hit home runs.
Because all they do is hit home runs all game long.
But those guys are huge too. If
Yeah.
you ever know anybody who plays in that league, it's like they're like lumberjacks.
Yeah.
Literally, I mean, they're huge.
Baseball's fun though. Like
I miss it. I mean, I
played it
wish
for a long time.
there's a new movie coming out. So we did the showing last night of Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
And there was a preview for it was like a beer league baseball
Like
league
legit or like a comedy.
comedy. But it's about
But that's going to be.
they're
pretty
getting
good,
ready
then.
to tear down the field because they're building something.
Yeah.
So it's like their last season, but they're all old, out of shape guys playing ball, but they're playing baseball instead of softball. And so I don't know if it's more of a what's the where they do the movies. It's not like a mainstream movie. I don't know. There's
it's like a
there's
B.
not single. I didn't recognize anybody that was in it, but it seemed like a pretty funny movie.
I was hoping you were going to tell me it was like mainstream, a bunch of old guy actors in
No,
there.
it wasn't. Like I couldn't have
That's
named
a
one
good
of them,
idea,
but it
though.
was. But
That'd
it
be
was
funny.
like I got to find out when it's coming out because it was at the movie theater over there off of
Central
South Central.
Cinema?
Yeah, Central Cinema. It's the first time I've been in there.
I've been there a couple times. The first time I went in, it wasn't what I was expecting.
I mean, it's just a
It's just
dive.
literally one movie theater.
Yeah.
But that's cool though. Like once I realized what it was, I was like, "This is pretty cool."
Yeah, that's where I saw Field of Dreams last night. So.
They got those big seats with tons of space. Like just you can stretch your legs all the way out, but it's not like Cinnabar style.
You can rent that place out for like events
Dirt
and
cheap.
stuff, and
Yeah.
that's like they were doing the
Yeah.
Field of Dreams.
Well, you pretty much have to rent it out because otherwise they just have like random movies they just put on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they get rented out all the time. That's probably their main source of income.
Probably.
Because I had no idea.
Because I think there was one employee.
Yeah. That's fair.
It's just the one dude at the popcorn stand.
It's probably the owner.
I think it is. Yeah. But that's a pretty cool gig.
Yeah, it was a cool time. I mean,
Well, thanks for joining us on our baseball episode. I'm sure that
Not a ton of baseball talk, but hey.
go Pirates.
this will be a good one for
Boo Atlanta.
losing some of our female listeners on this episode. On the holiday one,
I'm surprised at the female. I have some friends that love Atlanta Braves and follow them and like go. And
yeah, I feel like baseball is probably one of the more popular ones that females get
wanna
into.
see the guys in there.
And all of our holiday episodes, it's like female listenership goes like way up, and then all of a sudden we like hit an episode like this, and it's like all male.
Well, yeah. Easter's just around the corner. Maybe we ought to do like, what's your Easter plans?
Have a little Easter Bunny
Yeah.
episode.
I like to put baskets out with eggs and bunnies and flowers.
with the cost of eggs now.
I use the fake eggs, okay?
We'll be dying rocks.
Rocks.
Well,
I
thanks
wonder if
for
there is
joining
an
us.
alternative to that.
Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and follow us on social. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. If you or someone you know is thinking about buying or selling real estate in East Tennessee, email us at holler@yarpod.com. You can also reach Brittany Hawkins at 423-270-9572, Todd Huber at 865-456-0101, Tyler Letner at 865-816-0076, and Nick Cantey at 865-250-5167. Our office at Wallace Real Estate can be reached at 865-584-4000. Make sure to ask for YARPod. See y'all next week.